Another blessed and grateful day. Super excited to be on here with the fam because I've got a very important topic for today. And this one is going to be diving into one moment, one call, one event can completely change your life. And there's a specific story that I heard over the weekend from one of the legends inside of the company, 84 years old. His name is Mr. Frank Accord, and I'm gonna give you guys, again, one of the most impactful stories that I've been able to hear since I've been inside of the business. So I wanna go ahead and share it with everybody, but before we do, let me know, what is everybody grateful for coming into today? Grateful to be alive, grateful for the family, for all of the abundance, for God, for what is happening all over this platform right now. I'm telling you, we just got back from Myrtle Beach, and it was so invigorating to hear story after story, different walks of life. You know, there were so many that just came from the product industry that gave their perspective on how blessed they are to be where they are. And they were just giving so many thanks to everybody for being together and knowing that we truly are on one of the best platforms that anybody could ever see. So let's get into it. Frank McCoy, okay? 84 years old, OG, this guy's made over $7 million with the platform, and his story on how one moment, one call, he wasn't able to read, okay? He always struggled with, he's trying to read him, and he runs into this old lady, and he has this phenomenal conversation, create this great relationship, and here's what ends up happening, okay? He gets the insight from this old lady about how profitable that this bookstore is. So he's not even able to read, mind you. In the next 2.5, 3 years, he goes and creates his first handful of bookstores himself. Fast forward 5 years later, he has over 20 bookstores that he now owns. Fast forward 10 years, he owns over 35 bookstores, and he's done over $200 million in revenue from one conversation, from one person, from one piece of action that he implemented with, okay? That's the story. Here's the second one. He was going to a Christmas party decades ago, okay? And he looks outside of the house, and there's this nifty sign that looks way different than all of the other signs on the block. And he goes up to the house, and he knocks on the door, and he meets the owner, and he talks to the owner about that sign. He's like, hey, where'd you get this sign? And he ends up getting the info. He meets the developer, and he ends up creating a partnership. He says, you know what? I want to go ahead and figure out how we can customize these signs and do it a little bit different than what we already have out in the marketplace. And if you guys actually look it up, Signs in One Day is his company. And fast forward today, he is literally in 40 plus states. And that one sign company has created over $500 million in revenue. So it's safe to say 2 meetings, 2 ideas, 2 people have created him almost over $1 billion in revenue. Think about that. 84 years old. That's not to mention over 7 million inside of Legal Shield, okay? I'm gonna give you the next one. Watch this. He enrolled Elizabeth Gardner. Let that sink in. She's now also made over $8 million. So in overrides, he's literally made millions of dollars from one individual that he introduced, impacted, and shared this with. Let that sink in. So when you go out today, whether you're going to the gym, whether you're going to the gas station, you go to the grocery store, or even online, be aware that it could literally take one conversation, one meeting, one comment, one message, one DM to completely open up a relationship that we never even fathomed the impact that could bring. So just my thought for today, to go get a little bit bold. It's something I'm doing. People on my chicken list, I'm not afraid to reach out to them. Because how would you feel if you went to the next event in New Orleans and you had somebody on your chicken list and you're sitting in the audience and you look on stage and you see them being congratulated for getting their 50K ring, their 6-figure ring, and knowing they might have been in our business if we had have reached out. It's actually what Brittany Black, one of the newest 50K ring earners, she said, you know what? If you guys don't end up talking to your father, you don't end up talking to your friends, maybe your neighbors, I'm gonna go ahead and enroll them. And that's just the fact of the business. If we don't talk to them, somebody else will. So that's my message for today, fam. If you got any value for today, go ahead and drop some threes down below. And most importantly, drop some threes if you're ready to go ahead and really run these next 90 days to 10x, lead the way for 2026, because what we do today leads to the future that we live tomorrow. So I love you, fam. Anything you need, we've got your back all day. And as always, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. It's game time, fam. Let's grow.